tall, so not the biggest barbarian, but I'm jacked.
To hair and braids.
We could put our parents in the way.
What if we put it in 2 braids and then we wrapped it around and then we gave on the flowers sticking together and then what if we did this? Oh,
May I have another drink, please?
Yes, you may. And he goes over.
Put your hands up, it's better!
No. Save your body and constitution, saving throw. Yes, you. I'm gonna fight you.
He's sort of you guys know who I am, right?
Yeah. Goggles.
You're Dr. Mole.
Dr. Robot.
What do you do?
Take a moment to try to stop laughing.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one.
Why not? It worked again.
Hating on Batman.
And I don't hate Batman, for the record. I hate the fandom of Batman.
Oh, cool. Okay,
That's the
that's
issue.
way more people.
It is. It's
To
a
hate.
lot, like actual human beings.
Were you gonna
You need to rub this crap off your neck and not smell like me. Or a wolf at all. Just start rubbing his neck and just getting like...
I am fairly certain it doesn't matter what I smell like at this point.
To a feline, you have wolf's piss on you.
I'm just gonna point at my feline eyes.
I have some kind
You've just tuned in. We had the brilliant idea while we were fishing at the Dark Moon Festival.
Oh, jeez.
To do a dungeon with fishing poles equipped. Because why not? And so we drank all of the alcohol in our bags, and we equipped our fishing poles and our aquatic pets, and we went to do a dungeon.
I feel like I need to close out. So this was the end of our epic tale. What holds for next week as the heroes set sail? We may find your family, we may find where things start. All we know is to follow our heart. So our heroes set forth to pillage and to wander in the magical continent of wonder. We have one more question, I hope to not blunder. Question for you, dear friends. Do you wonder? Thank you guys. Indigo Connect. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Chameleon and the Lewis Carroll Center for Troubled Youths. There are plenty of things to be seen here on this particular channel, and not just interviews here from the Lewis Carroll Center for Troubled Youths, but we appreciate the Indigo Chameleon allowing us to stream this to some of the other doctors across the interwebs. Joining me tonight for group therapy is Graham, Dee, Nicholas, Zoe, Manny, and Erin. Thank you all for coming. If you would like to know some of the other fun and exciting things that are happening here on the Indigo Chameleon, it is not just scientific dribble and drabble. You can find a Discord that will have an updated schedule for all sorts of fun and exciting shows that will be happening here on the channel. We encourage you to do that as well. I'm told there is also something called stream points that you can use. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you'll see, oh, that's fun. It's a little cute chameleon. So click on that little chameleon throughout the stream, and it will earn you points that will allow you to affect certain games of Dungeons and Dragons. There's also an online store where you can purchase items to up your avatar. Yes, I think that's it when it comes to announcements. Once again, please tune into the schedule site on the Discord to... oh, thank you very much. Well done, all of you, on your individual interviews. Group, you find yourselves in a precarious situation. We are going to be doing a little bit of immersive therapy. So what that means is, I know that some of you have come up with stats for your characters. If you are asked to do anything this evening by me, you can roll using the stats that you have for your character if you would like. If there is another means of which that you would like to pursue a goal, I am open to suggestions, but I am trying to give some of you that are on your way out of the facility one last gift. You all find yourselves in this common space. This common space is this huge common room that some of you are quite familiar with. You find that the longer you spend here at the Institute, the more these places are becoming familiar to you. Whether you believe this to be a mass hallucination or an illusion of some sorts, all you know is that the longer you are here in this space, the longer it becomes commonplace to you. You start to recognize things. The grounds outside, the people that walk the halls wearing the white coats and things of that sort. Some of them look all too familiar to you, as you recognize random people that might have walked in the district, guards. You see one of the guards has an eye patch over one eye and is sort of glaring at all of you as you go through. One of the orderlies. The sights and sounds become very familiar to you. The common room is a open space filled with comfortable chairs and sofas. There's a large TV. You know that tonight is Tuesday, and Tuesday is movie night. And at 8 p.m. on the dot, every Tuesday, the group gets together and is able to choose what movie to watch. And because you all are very loud and vocal and have sway when it comes to this sort of decision, for the past 30 plus nights, you have all chosen Alice in Wonderland. Various incarnations, the Disney version, the animated version, Through the Looking Glass, all different versions, but every Tuesday night around this time, which is where we find ourselves. It is Tuesday evening, once again in the common room for the Lewis Carroll Center for Troubled Youth. All of you have finished your individual interviews with the good doctor and are making your way to the common space. You've noticed quite a lowering in the amount of people. Normally there are all sorts wandering the halls and making their way out, but as these individual interviews have increased, you're noticing a lack of patience. People that you would frequently see, that would sometimes join you in your game, are no longer there. The common room is quite quiet this evening, but the space is yours.
Is there any good drinking fountain or anything that's in the room?
Absolutely.
Or little
Yeah, there's a water cooler.
Cool.
It's got those little disposable paper cups that you can refill. It's built into the wall.
Cool. So I should be over at the water cooler just talking to Harvey, whispering to myself, just drinking some water, watching you guys walk in.
I would immediately walk around the perimeter of the room and examine it.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
21.
What is it you're looking for, Manny?
Anything that looks strange.
Okay. There's nothing that looks strange. With a 21, you find various accoutrements sort of scattered about the space. You find some various pens that shouldn't be out for the general public because they could be...
I'm going to grab one of those pens.
Okay.
And tuck it into the waistband of my pants.
Sure. I will say with a 21, feel free to look about the space.
Okay.
If there's anything in this room that you would like to add into your inventory, you are more than welcome to.
Please describe the rest of the room.
The room that you are currently in has 4 walls. There's a fan going. 2 of the light bulbs are burnt out. There's one that is still lit. There's a screen off to the center of the room.
I'm going to grab a wire.
Okay. Just from behind the TV, or there's a collection of wires hooked up to a computer?
Yeah.
Give me stealth or sleight of hand as you make your way over and start trying to inconspicuously now pull wires out from electronic devices.
Stealth or sleight of hand?
Mm-hmm.
11. No, wait. Yeah, 11.
Okay. You guys watch as Manny does this sort of walk around the perimeter, and he goes over to where he sees a collection of wires. Manny, as you're going over to yank one out, you catch the eye of one of the orderlies who walks over to where you are. He's got a shock of red hair. He's a mean orderly. You two have never gotten along since the first time you saw him, and Jack kind of grabs your hand, maybe a little too hard, and pulls it back. Says, "Now you know that we have to leave these right here, don't you, Manny?"
I was just looking, Jack. You know how I like to look with my hands.
He's going to give you a little pat down, and he's going to miss the pen.
And then I will just walk away and start looking at the room again.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go talk today.
sure.
D.
Who are you speaking to?
I'm just gonna walk over to her first. Say, how'd it go?
How'd what go?
You know, the talk. We did establish that she told us everything that Death said to her, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Which talk?
You know, the talk with the doctor. What do you think? Is this real? Is this not real? I'm very confused right now.
I think you're gonna attract a lot of attention if you keep yelling like that.
Okay. I mean, shouldn't we play both sides? Like, if there is real, then we should take the opportunity to have conversations that we couldn't normally have there. And then if it's not, then we should figure out what we're going to do.
You're talking about talking to Enwin, aren't you?
Yeah?
Can I be honest?
Yes.
I think it's best if you don't.
Why not? Why shouldn't I talk to him?
She'll just kind of gesture around the room, like with a little swirl. Everybody's watching you here, dear.
Mandrake would hear that and walk over, say, "You all know how good I am at drawing attention. Would you like a moment?"
Yes.
Would you like assistance?
Of course.
Lead the way.
So I'm gonna palm the pen
Okay.
and show it to her,
Okay.
and then motion at.
Give me another sleight of hand check as you pull the pen out of your pocket and flash it over to her.
13.
Great, that one for me. So
Oh,
you
great.
managed to palm it?
Yep. And then I will just kind of glance across the room, but stop on Jack for a second, and then look back at Day.
Okay.
She's gonna like nod, be like, "You want me to just hold this up?" Like,
And then I will grab the pen and take off at him with it in my hand.
Great. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, please. I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative as this is kicked off very quickly.
Wow.
Okay. 20 to 25. Okay.
24.
24. Who are you playing?
Well,
Who's in this fight, Graham or Grim?
Grim.
Grim is in the fight. Got it. Grim with the 25. 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
Oh, wait. I had 16, sorry.
Okay. Mandrake.
13.
Nix or Nicholas?
Does it matter?
It does.
Nix.
Okay.
Aaron with a 7.
Aaron with a 7.
7 for me too, so we're gonna be rolling off.
You can go first.
D.
Okay.
6.
So it goes Thoe or Zoe?
Zoe.
Zoe, Aaron, Day or D?
D.
Got it. Mandrake begins to run over towards where Jack is, not being subtle about it, with pen in hand. As he goes over, Jack sort of smiles, looks over to where he is, looks over to the orderly group and turns his back. You see him catch it out of the corner of his eye, Manny running forward, and as he does, he just sort of smiles and subtly turns his back to Mandrake. Grim, it is your turn. You see Mandrake running across the space, pen in hand, looking like he's going to stab one of the orderlies.
He's probably still sipping his water, being like, Harvey.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Let's see. So that's me 7.
Okay. Great. Cool. That is your turn, Grim. Mandrake.
I'm going to keep running at him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to slide past him without actually stabbing him.
Okay. So you've got the pen up. You're sliding how? Like you're
like
baseball slide?
No, I'm
like
gonna like I trip and slip past him.
Cool. All right.
Basically holding my actual action. Do anything.
Give me a deck. You got to tell me what your held action is.
Okay.
Stabbing.
Is your held action stab?
A little stabby stab.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go.
How about this? So the knife is up. You're just sliding over to the side.
Yeah.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
But okay, this probably changes it a little bit. I want to make it look like I slipped.
Okay, then give me a performance check.
Okay, maybe I should have stuck with dexterity. I'm gonna go with the pink one because that feels so good.
Okay.
Oh no, it was good. It was good. So that's a 18.
So you walk forward, and as you do, you go, whoa, 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 like it's this believable, like I just happen to be running with the pen. And as you do, he sees this. Jack will turn around, grab your hands as if he's holding your hand, and then wink at you and drive your hand into his chest while you hold the pen. Just like driving it in forward. And then as he does, he will blow you a kiss and start screaming bloody murder. So all of you see Mandrake running forward, pen in hand. Jack turns around. He tries to stop his hand and jams the pen into his chest.
Are we still on initiative?
Grim, that's what you saw. That was Mandrake's turn. Nyx.
All right. I'm in the corner of the room, sitting on a chair,
Cool.
facing everything.
All right.
That's all.
Okay. You hear a soft whisper off to the side. It's almost like your name, but it comes from like the right side of you.
Which name?
Nick.
Nick. Is there anything over there?
You turn your head. You don't say anything.
Okay.
Okay. Zoe. Mandrake has stabbed.
I am using the distraction to walk towards Aaron.
Okay. Do you say anything?
Yes. I'm gonna say I'm playing both sides of this just in case that place is the real one. We found out what we have to do.
Cool.
What do you believe?
Aaron, it is your turn.
I believe Manny just stabbed somebody. And he's going to wink, and he's going to go running to make sure. He's going to shove Manny off and try to make sure that he's okay.
Okay. What is seen is the guard being stabbed, the orderly being stabbed, and you shoving Manny out of the way, and you standing over the guard now, who's got a pen lodged in his chest. The other orderlies have their attention. They're going to come in after.
I would like to make it clear that I'm holding Manny.
You're going to tackle Manny to the ground.
Yes.
Give me an attack roll then. This will be just sort of a grapple check. Make this an athletics.
17.
17. You can give me athletics or acrobatics here.
Acrobatics, please. Still didn't go well.
Did it beat a 17?
It is a 17 if I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 17.
You two, so Aaron, you manage to grab him and sort of push him off, and he starts to wiggle out of your grasp, but it's very obvious that you were trying to hold him off. D, it is your turn before all hell breaks loose.
She would... I'd imagine hell has broken loose before.
As you look about the space, that's a fair assumption.
She would sit on the ground and just put her hands in her lap and wait.
All right. As Dee puts her hands on the ground, the screaming has drawn the attention. There is a shout, an alarm goes off, and it's an alarm that you all have heard many a time before, that cuts through the din. This alarm hurts almost as it sort of echoes across the space, and as it does, 4 or 5 other orderlies come forward. You see Jack grabbing his chest and sort of recoiling backwards, and he goes, Manny, some idiot left a pen out, and Manny grabbed it and he stabbed me in the chest. I thought Doc said that he was fine. And the other orderlies will go over to where you are, and they will ask you to move back. As they do, you are grabbed on either side. There were 2 individuals, one grabbing each arm, and now another gentleman standing behind you with a syringe in hand. The doctor walks into the space. Would anyone like to tell me what happened here? Yes, Steve.
I would like to believe that it was a mild psychosis.
Would anyone else like to tell me what happened here?
Well, you didn't hear what I had to say.
D?
Okay.
I found a pen, and I took it to Jack, and I tripped and fell.
Give me a deception check, please.
With my smoke arm, I got advantage. Do I still get that?
No, you do not.
Okay.
That was an intimidation check.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's make sure that you don't trip anymore for the rest of the evening. Manny is to be brought to his room. The door is to be locked, and he is to be served dinner inside of his room.
You said that isolation was bad for my condition.
It is. So it's a shame that you're feeling trippy.
I mean, I could sit. Can't trip if you're sitting.
I will sit with him.
Lovely. The doctor will nod to one of the orderlies who will look at you with daggers in his eyes, and he'll put the syringe down. He'll go over to a corner and grab a white jacket that has been added to Dimitri's online store. It is a comfy jacket that makes it so that you are so comfy and so warm and great and comfy. And your arms are sort of restrained at the time being. You do not have control over your arms unless you find a way to get out of this jacket. You are plopped in a beanbag where you sort of like sink forward into the ground a little bit. And the doctor looks over at Graham and nods his head. The other orderlies will go over and search your person. Are you carrying any weapons, Graham?
I mean, I just got here.
Your cutlery is removed from your pockets.
You can't take them.
Your cutlery is removed from your pockets. He will nod at Aaron. Group therapy will be first thing in the morning. It will be our last session for some of you. So I suggest you use this time wisely. Understood?
Super comfy.
Super comfy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Dr. Paul Ulysses Christopher will make his way out of the room. For the time being, you are restrained. So unless you are able to make your way out of this jacket, you also have eyes on you. The one orderly in the room, Jack, has now been given backup as Jack walks over to where you were, sees the bloody pen on the ground, picks it up, clicks it, and puts it back in his pocket. and begins to walk around the space. There are now 2 other orderlies joining him. A small old man will walk over. As he walks close, he looks somewhat familiar to each one of you as he goes over to the list of movies and says, all right, well, which movie will it be tonight?
Of course. We already know we're going to pick.
For old time's sake?
Yes.
All right. Well, everyone, welcome to the cinema. I'll be making some popcorn for each and every one of you, but I know that we're in a slip, that some of you are leaving us. So that being said, enjoy. And he will go over to the DVD player and put in Alice in Wonderland. He puts in the animated version, as this is the first version that you all watched. The familiar castle comes up on the screen, and you are all mesmerized.
What were you thinking? These are real people. You can't just stab them here.
I didn't kill him. I was thinking distraction.
We'll go for the throat next time you want to distract someone.
Like where?
The throat.
You ran
That's
at
kill.
him. You ran at him with a pen.
And I missed. But he grabbed the pen and he pulled it into himself.
That doesn't sound...
It sounds exactly like Jack.
I'm so confused.
Is Jack normally like kind of an asshole to everybody?
No. Just him.
Let's be honest. You've wanted to stab him since the very beginning.
Yes, I have.
So I'm not trying to say that you did want to, but it looked awful like you wanted to.
How many times in the past have you seen me stab someone? How many times have I tripped on my way there?
He was causing a distraction. It was for me.
I'm sorry, what?
So
I could talk to you.
Well,
But you
Is
didn't
there
actually
anybody
ask
around
him
us?
to
Can we be like easily overheard?
As the movie has started, they are sort of talking off in the corner, looking at their phones, sitting down, but for the time being, you have privacy.
So you asked him to stab Jack.
No, I didn't ask him to stab Day and him. We're gonna create a distraction.
So you asked he and Dave to cause a
Well,
distraction.
no, I was talking to Day and then
In all fairness, I offered.
it just happened.
I thought it was gonna be more like a gig.
I don't know what's real anymore, and if that place is the real one, then we need to come up with a plan and know what we're gonna do, and we need to get to the mother tree, and you can get us there.
You know what's real, Chloe. But do you?
Day wants to look around just to make sure that like I would imagine if this is the real world, those cameras and things.
Sure.
She's trying to look around for anything that looks like it's adjusting to zoom in.
Sure. Give me a
Or, like,
perception check.
basically looking to see if anyone's really listening.
Sure.
Not 20.
Yeah, you do see cameras. You do see cameras. The cameras don't like. They're somewhat stationary and things of that sort. With a careful perception check of a nat 20, you realize for the first time, you don't know why you never noticed this. You take a second to trace the wire, and the wire just comes down off the camera, goes along the floor, and you see like a plug that's not plugged into anything, at like the far side of the room. So as long as you've been here in this place, the camera is not plugged into anything.
It doesn't really matter. We're here.
Right, but what if this is just a distraction? What if we're going back? What if this is our moment to talk before we go back and we're right in the middle of it again?
You guys have got to let this go.
Let what go?
This game.
What game? The game of all of us sitting in a room where we don't belong somewhere? That game? The game
No,
where
we
we're
don't
wondering
belong
whether...
here, but not because we belong in some fantasy.
I like the old you.
Okay, just pretend for a moment. Just pretend for a moment that it's real. If it's real, could he get us there?
He could.
Okay.
With his whole life that sucks. terrible. Hasn't it?
Listen, I would know of all people. Back there, all my people died. Oh, and then all my people died again. All of my people died. There's nothing to look forward to other than, I don't know, like the destruction of the entire world based on me.
Then why go back? We have a choice here.
Yeah, we have a choice. All of wonder is gone. Or we live a play.
There's a tapping at the window.
Dale, go over.
I'll look.
Yeah.
I'm still in the corner.
You see a girl who's wearing a blue denim jacket. Looks a little dated. She's got like black pants on, and she's got like that army black, that like camo black. She's got long hair, and as you get a little closer to the window, you guys all see Princess, who has somehow climbed up to the second story, and you don't know how, but she's like dangling on the ledge, and it looks like she's kind of floating in the air. She does a little tap and then backs off towards like a wall. So whoop, window, tap, 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 and then backs over towards a little wall.
Are there any workers in the room with us?
There are, but they're off in the far corner.
Can I open the window?
I'm gonna go towards them.
You can. It's screened, so you'll be able to open it, but there are still bars separating you and Princess.
Okay, she's still gonna try to open the screen.
Yeah, like you can open it up if there's just gonna be bars, like
Yeah.
so you'll get some fresh air in there.
Yeah. Hey.
Are you coming out?
She'll tap on the bars. Don't think that's an option.
Yeah, I didn't mean by that way. I mean, are you playing the game? Come on, that was the deal, right? Like you play the game, and then like you and I run away together. We open up this small little like B&B. That's actually a secret club that we let people into. We just drink all night, and we have a great time.
It would be a lot of fun.
This would be a lot of fun. We're gonna kill TripAdvisor. We're gonna make it our bit.
Could you imagine if we got on TripAdvisor?
So, are you playing the game?
Which game?
Just pretending to get out. I miss you.
Yes, you too.
So let's go. Run away with me.
It's not about pretending. He thinks he's gonna send me home.
Okay. So just pretend like you're going home and then run away with me. I left you a present.
A present?
It's in the room.
My room?
No, this room.
This room?
Yeah.
She'll just look around like...
Cool. It's no fun if I tell you where it is.
That's no fun if you don't.
And she reaches out for your hand. She kisses it and then like slides back down the drain pipe.
Okay. She'll walk back over to them.
What was that?
It's Princess. Princess, my...
Princess, or something else? Like
Princess.
Jack. Our princess, or this princess?
Does it matter?
In this instance, it might. What did she want?
Me.
Just you.
Yeah, just me. Do you know Princess? I don't think so.
Does she remember there or here?
Well, that's my princess. She remembers the life we talked about.
That's not what I asked.
Does she want Diana, or does she want Day?
Whoever I am here, that's who she wants.
So deep.
Players, for your benefit, I will let you know this now. There is an object hidden in this room to blur the lines of reality even further. The magical item is an actual item. It is hid somewhere in this room. While some of you talk, you are free to move about the space and look for this said item, but it is hidden about the room. This item, once found, will manifest in-game as well. So if some of you would like to carry on conversations, but just be aware as you're do your meanderings that this room does in fact hold this item, and it is paramount. This item was left by Princess.
Like in their physical.
It is a physical item that has been hidden in the room.
I'm sorry.
Just double checking. You never know.
Question: am I restrained?
You are restrained currently because of the choices that you made.
Right. I still have my legs.
Yeah. You could get up.
Okay. I just can't move things with my arms.
As you get up, though, there is a shake of the head as you had promised to. What if I sit? If I sit,
Fair.
I can't cause trouble.
Okay.
Important question.
Mm-hmm.
Is Harvey around? Or is Harvey that voice in my head that is my voice? Convincing
What are
me?
you doing to get Harvey?
Just be like, hey, buddy, just.
I think there is
anything.
I think there is a. Hey, buddy. And this little voice will show up like behind your ear as Harvey like ends up behind your ear. Harvey is also wearing the same clothing that you wore. He's got 2 paper plates that he has stuck to his head. He's got a shock of white hair. It's a bit of an older gentleman, and he says, "Are we playing tonight? I'm Harvey, or do you want me to be Gray? I like Harvey better."
And this is actual
I
person.
made Harvey sound like Alan Rickman.
Oh, God.
I feel like you might be up to something.
Oh, God. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Hello, Grim. Yes.
So, just wanted
I'm Harvey.
Just wanted to make sure that you were around still.
Yes, absolutely. I'm always here for you. And this gentleman is just sort of like hopping behind you.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. This is the good news.
The movie continues on for a bit of time. As the movie continues onward for a bit of time, it gets to the very last scene. You all are sort of sitting in the space, enjoying each other's company for a bit of time. As the movie ends promptly at 9:34, there is a small whistle that sounds as Dr. Felrin comes back into the space, taking the DVD from the DVD player. It's a short, older-looking gentleman. And he says, "All right, off to your rooms. You know what time it is. It's bedtime. So, ladies, make your way down the hallway on the left. Gentlemen, hallway on the right. Please feel free to use the facilities as you see fit. Aaron and Zoe, you may change into regular clothes. Your dismissal has been bumped up, and tomorrow afternoon/evening, you will be leaving us, and we are going to miss the two of you so much."
And this is said in front of the group?
This is said in front of the group. There are packages along with a little bit of money, a stipend from an anonymous donor who has hopefully this will help you get back on your feet, and we wish you nothing but the best. As a special surprise, he will snap his fingers, and as he does, one of the nurses will come out and she will have a cake. This cake will say, "Eat me," on the cake, and she brings the cake out and sets it up and begins to cut slices for everyone that would like to partake. Nicholas does not have any...
I'm going back to the gift for a second, if that is okay.
Yeah.
She knows Princess.
Yeah.
Can I roll? Can I have anything that gives me a clue as to where that
Sure.
gift is if it's in this room?
Sure. You harken back to a card that she gave you right before she left, and it didn't make sense to you because it was a word. It was a word that she doesn't use a lot. And she goes, "Oh my God, Day, don't forget that as I leave, I will miss you so much, and I adore you."
There's a door.
That
Can't.
voice I heard, which side did it come from?
It came off from your right.
My right side. Okay.
You gotta look back there.
People make their way over to where the cake is, and
Am I allowed to get up?
No.
No.
No. You are fed pieces of cake as you sit.
No,
in
don't
your
take any
little
of it.
chair. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm also not taking any.
Yeah.
Do I happen to have the tattoo on my arm still?
You do have the tattoo.
Is
on
it
your arm.
still a tattoo?
Was it something the short people can't see?
No, it was sticking out over the edge. You just had to look up.
I never do that.
Is it?
We're short. We
Is
don't
it
look
a
up.
tattoo, or is it something else?
The tattoo is drawn on your arm with what looks to be a black magic marker.
Okay. I would like to do my best to clean it off.
Obviously.
Go to a washroom.
You're gonna go to the washroom. Nicholas excuses himself and heads to the washroom and begins to scrape at the black magic marker. It takes a while. Your skin is red from the scraping, but yes, you manage to remove what you believe to be a good portion of the tattoo.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to just gently lean into Thoisar.
All right.
With my back against her.
Okay.
And say, I'm gonna loosen this a little bit. Am I still on the ground? I'll keep my arms behind me. I'll behave until we need me not to.
I'm so close to being out. If I get caught, they're not gonna let me out.
Right, but which out? Do you want to help Enwin? Or do you want to lose his name to Aaron?
Thori, what do you decide to do here?
I don't loosen it.
All right.
If this is something I saw from far away, then I mean, are they close enough to hear it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over it.
All right. Yeah, you head over there, Graham. And as you do, once again, people are enjoying cake and sort of meandering about the room. Would you loosen his restraints? Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check. At advantage, nope. This is Graham.
Okay.
As Graham's coming over and he's like, "Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry," and he gives you like a little hug. And as he gives you a hug, he tries to loosen the bonds of the coat a little bit.
24.
24? Yeah. The coat is sufficiently loosened.
Okay. So I'm going to continue with my hands behind me.
Yep.
Holding them as they are.
All right.
Oh, don't worry. But I am going to start addressing this one. So you're getting out.
Yep.
Alan, is it?
Call me Aaron.
Alan.
Call me Aaron. We've made that very clear.
Yes, we have. But that's, I mean, what is a name, honestly, if you don't own it? The person I knew, they fought very hard for their name. I think you should probably remember that, Alan. How hard you fought for that name?
I don't want to talk about this.
That's why we're here, though. We have to talk about the things we don't want to talk
I
about.
don't
That's
have
what
to
the
talk
doctor
anymore.
always says.
I get to leave.
Tomorrow you do.
I do.
And you leave all of those people behind. All of those people who are depending on that name. That name that you fought for. They're waiting for you. And I know you'll do the right thing. We may not be close, but you did make an oath. A promise. A contract. Isn't that right, Alan?
Alan didn't do anything.
Well, I would use your other name, but apparently it's not that important to you anymore.
There is a sharp pain behind Mandrake, behind your eyes. It is like that same sort of like feeling that you felt before, right before you saw all the people in the white clothing. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please, as you feel the sharp pain behind your eyes. It sort of rips throughout your whole being, alighting your skin with dancing electricity.
7.
7? No. Did you have a piece of candy during your individual
not.
interview? Okay. Yeah, this bit of electricity moves through your body. You take 1 point of lightning damage as once again this electricity moves throughout your whole body, racks your body with pain, and then you are back to the space that you were in.
I'm glad we got to talk, Alan.
At least one of us is.
The night is yours. How do you prepare for bed? Does anybody read? What is our nighttime ritual?
Is there stuff in my room?
There
like
is.
Normal stuff?
Plenty of books. You see a small parcel, brown, plain parcel, and as you unwrap it, you see a flannel shirt, a black tank top, jeans, a small necklace with what looks to be a lizard on the necklace, and you find what looks to be a small, it's a $100 bill, and then tucked away into one of the boots as you put your foot in, you feel a weird sort of tug, and you sort of pull your foot out, and you see handwriting on a small post-it note that says, "We took up a collection. Here's a little something extra just to help you get started." And you find another $300 in 10s, 5s, 20s. It's just signed F, but you can attune that it's Felrin.
All right, I'm gonna put on the regular clothes. I mean, I know it's nighttime.
Yeah, it's a bonus. It's a boost. It's a boost to your morale. It's the first time you've had clothing that wasn't the sort of drab uniform that you're used to wearing. I think it makes you feel human. It's just something you haven't felt in a long time.
Are all our rooms are we all down the same hallway?
You used to have roommates. Each one of you used to have roommates, but as I said, as more cuts have happened, you all have the luxury of having your own space to yourselves. The women's wing and the men's wing are separated, but you each have a room to yourself. There is a small lavatory with showers in it if you would like to shower. There's things that you would find in your regular room. There's books. For you all, there's changes in your traditional uniform and things of that sort. You've been granted a bit of clemency as you've adjusted all of the uniforms that they give you, and they were tired of giving you uniforms, so they're just letting you wear this out of frustration because you keep wrecking their shit. But everyone else?
What are do we know the rules? Are we supposed to stay in our rooms, or is there
Lights
a
out is at
common
11
area?
p.m. You are free to go use the restroom, but as long as there's not fraternizing, you know that there is a guard station posted right where the common room is, so they can sort of look, but as long as you're...
So hallway, women's hallway, men's
hallway,
common room area.
Bathrooms at the very ends of those hallway, they meet at the common room area.
I'm grabbing a book because it's before 11 still, right?
Correct.
I'm grabbing a book and going to the common room area.
Okay.
And kind of curling up in a chair with a book.
Okay, what book are you getting?
I'm guessing there's got to be an Alice in Wonderland, but what other sorts of books are there?
Think of a book.
Okay. I'm gonna look for a book that's a history book. Shoot. Yeah. Let me go for something on local stuff.
Local stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you find a book that it's got information about Florida, Lake County, Florida, and different information about Florida and things of that local history. You start to read through the pages. What is everybody else doing for bedtime ritual?
Is this from where we're at down the hallway? We can see into the common room?
Yeah.
If I can see Thoe in there, then I want to just make my way and just be just give her a quick little temp check. What's going on?
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I'm still in the straitjacket.
You are in the straitjacket in your room.
In my room. Okay.
Jack was told to take it off of you before sleeping.
Before sleeping? And he did not. Right.
Whoops.
So I'm gonna keep the straitjacket on.
Okay.
the buckles, are they like obviously undone on the back?
You are going to need to do an athletics check or an acrobatics check. It was going to be at disadvantage because it is loosened. It is a straight roll with a very high DC.
Great.
As normally people have to break their shoulder in order to get out of a straitjacket.
No, I'm asking if it's still buckled.
It's still
like,
buckled.
It's obviously buckled.
It's still buckled.
Then I'm
it's
not
loosened.
taking it off.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and my door is closed.
Yes.
So I'm gonna bend down.
Okay.
And try to hook the doorknob in my armpit.
Okay.
To turn the doorknob and open it.
Easily enough.
Okay. And then I'm going to step out.
Okay.
And walk down to Nix's door.
You walk down the hallway. You see a shape at the end of the hallway near where the restrooms are.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, that shape is in darkness. You don't know why the light bulb is not on for that particular part of the hallway, but right now it is just a darkened shape.
Okay.
The light bulb gives a little flicker as the one leading up to it suddenly goes out.
Okay.
As that light bulb goes out, the figure begins to walk forward into the darkness towards where you are.
Is that's towards the bathrooms?
Nope, it's towards where you are. So bathrooms, you came out of your door to go to Nix's place.
Oh, so Nix is away from the bathrooms.
Nix is away from the
towards
bathroom.
the commons room.
Yep.
Common room. Okay, so I'll start walking towards the common room.
Okay. As you start walking towards the common room, I think the two of you give me perception checks at disadvantage, please. What about you? What are you doing during all this?
She would probably be in the common room in like a corner, watching everything, just like.
Perception check at disadvantage, please. Nicholas, what are you doing during all this?
Probably reading up on the history of this world, if that's available in the books I have in my room.
Sure. Yeah. You're starting to read history about the world, and all of a sudden the words get a little fuzzy to you. You're having trouble concentrating as you're like looking at the words. You start reading up on the Revolutionary War, which morphs into the group set forth that the first thing that they encountered was a shape-changing lizard. This lizard began to morph into different colors and beings, and as the crew began to fight this lizard, they were able to intimidate the lizard into leaving the place without having to destroy it. Nix suddenly realized that he should tell these people who he truly was, and you see the words forming into a history of your adventures. Aaron, what would you like to do?
I'm going to grab a book, and I'm going to sit next to Zoe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Start getting out.
Yeah. We could go together.
That'd be nice.
We have like a little apartment.
Yeah. It's gotta be better than that other place, right?
Yeah. I think the worst thing that we have to worry about here is money.
I have money.
Good.
Yeah, I found some in my boot.
Okay.
It was left.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you normally keep it there?
No. I mean, now, yes.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But, you know.
Just basically tradition at this point.
But there's some to start with.
Yeah. We could have a little life here.
Oh my gosh. No more fighting?
I'm sure we'll fight about something, but
No, I mean, you know what I mean.
yeah.
And
We don't have to worry about our friends constantly dying. Or ourselves or each other.
no fires and no prophecies.
Maybe a little fire.
I don't have to
We could
kill
have a
you.
fireplace.
I was gonna have to kill you.
I don't think so.
I don't have to do that.
Nope.
We're done. We can go and we can just be normal. And you're not a plant.
And you're not made of fire.
I know.
The power goes off. No matter what room you're in, all the lights shut off. All of the AC, you feel it shut down. The power goes off at the Lewis Carroll Center for Troubled Youth. As it does, the red lights kick on as emergency backup lights, filling the space with a dull red light. As it fills that space, you hear Graham go, "Dark vision. as the emergency power kicks on. As that kicks on, everybody give me perception checks as you begin to look around the space as the power has shut off.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. 19. 19.
16.
6.
15.
15.
16.
Everybody but Nicholas. Sees Mandrake Madigan walking down the hallway. As he does, he looks like he's making his way to the common room, but he does not see a darkened figure sort of walking behind him. This figure seems to be comprised mostly of shadow. It is an odd-looking sight in this particular world. Mandrake does not see it, but Mandrake does see everybody looking at it, so you stop to turn back. Mandrake, behind you is a figure of darkness. It is scary. As the lights in the room dim. The red lights kick on in time for you to turn back, and you see the faint outlines of the people in the room. But for right now, all you can see in front of you is this outlined figure in the red emergency lights.
It's not polite to follow people and not introduce yourself.
I am the wind and the rain. I am your salvation.
It's a really long name. Could you shorten it for me?
Death has come for you, Mandrake Madigan.
We've been here before. You should probably talk to my friend Day.
Where is Day?
I'm sure she's off flirting with someone nearby.
Give me a persuasion check.
That is 23.
You have decided Day will be the first. So be it. The figure will walk past you and walk into the space. As the figure walks into the space, you all see this form that seems to swallow the red light around it. It looks at each and every one of you in turn, cocking its head to the side. It could be a trick of the light. It could just be the way the shadows are moving off the walls, but you all see it, for the most part, standing in the space, tall, unnaturally tall, 7 feet, 7 foot 2 inches. The frost begins to appear on the glass next, chilling the room unnaturally. The guard behind the guard station, resting and still sleeping, not really paying attention to the scene in front of you. The head scans the room and then cocks to the side to point at Day.
Day, it says it's death. Your friends?
Maybe. I flirted with the idea of death.
The figure will rush forward with, I flirted with the idea of death, grab you by the throat, Day, and lift you up off the ground. This is an athletics or acrobatics check to shake out of its grasp as its hand wraps around your throat. You do not feel the pressure of skin around your throat, but you do feel your air supply begin to slowly cut off.
It's a 10.
10.
So it wouldn't be a serious. Okay.
Nope, it is just, it's arm, and you try to push it back and gain purchase, but you are unable to gain purchase around.
And we all see this thing?
You all see this thing.
I throw the book at it.
Okay, what book?
The Complete Works of Shakespeare.
Okay. Complete Works of William Shakespeare flies through the air, hits this thing on the side, and finds a bit of purchase. As it does it, it turns around, it lets go of you for a second and runs forward and says, "What is your name?" Lights come back on. The figure is not in the space. Felrin walks into the space, goes, "Sorry guys, I had to flip the breakers. We got a bad storm coming in. We're probably expecting power surges the most of the night. You guys okay?
I dropped my book. I go pick it up.
Oh, it's okay. It's just one night, buddy. You just gotta make it to the morning. And you two are out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard to sleep with this thing on.
Felrin to walk over and take the jacket off of you. I'll talk to Jack.
It's not necessary. I suppose I deserve it.
You did stab him.
I tripped. Aaron.
Day, go ahead and mark a level of exhaustion, please. All ability checks are going to be at disadvantage. Not attacks, not saving throws, just ability checks. Day has a mark around her neck. It looks like when you get frostbite. It's red, and the skin's a little bit hardened. It almost looks black in places. But it's in the print of a hand around her neck.
To clarify, we heard him say that to the creature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, you did not hear him say, like, I think it knows you. That was in the hallway. You said you were in a back corner of the room. But you did hear the conversation of, like, you're like, who's this? And he's like, I think you might know him. They're saying that they're deaf. You heard all that.
But
the
I
private
didn't hear
conversation?
The
No.
conversation they two had.
No.
So I take it not a friend of yours then?
She'll just walk off.
I need everybody to give me a sanity check, please. I need you to mark. Nope. You need to mark. If you have a piece of paper or you have notes on your board, I need you to decide one thing and one thing only for me. I need you to write down what your name is. Okay?
Is this us
You're
literally
either
or us
writing Nick or
figuratively?
Nicholas. You're either writing D or J. Or you're either writing Nick or Nix.
Is this like?
This is just for me.
But I mean, okay, so it's.
Who
not
You need to
playing
decide.
as.
You need to decide who you are in this moment. You will be asked this question 2 more times before the adventure's over.
Oh, do we have to hand it to you?
Nope.
Oh, we just.
Oh, okay.
read
No.
it.
You just need to mark it down.
Okay.
You said a sanity point?
Yeah. You're writing down whether you're D or you're Tweedleday.
Oh, we're not rolling anything down.
No, you're good. All right. What would you like to do with the rest of your evening?
I still didn't want to talk to Chloe. Whenever that gets
Sure.
present. You get to go home.
I know.
But is that like home, like where we first met, like home, or was that wherever you leave from the doors here?
Does it matter?
Yes, it matters.
It's a place without the fire and the prophecies and the killing and the all of my people dead and it's Edwin, but it's Aaron and that's okay too.
But we've traveled so long together and it's just what happened to the group.
How do you think it's gonna end? Back there, how do you think it's gonna end? With one or more of us dead, with perhaps wonder burned to the ground, with more people dead, with Edwin dead?
But
How do you think it's gonna end?
We go down together fighting.
Or
for something
we
we
don't go
believe
down
in.
at all. Or we go to an apartment and we have dinner and a cat.
What?
Not for dinner.
And what is an apartment? And we had a home. We called it that, and it burned, and we got back together, and you fought through hell to bring me back, and we still made it, and we are to save the tree, rebuild. And you want to throw it all away for one person, and for this thing of an apartment that you know nothing about.
It's not for one person. Back there, do you have any? All of my people died. All of them. They were gone. And then I found out I was somebody different. And guess what? All of them were gone too. All of them. I have been alone all of my life. And this is the first moment where I have had other people. And even another person. And one of those people wants to just have a normal life. One of those people wants
You asked me if I'd be willing to do something if you became too powerful.
I remember.
Do you think now you're too powerful? Putting yourself before all of us? We're a team for a reason.
So come back too. We can all go back.
There's nothing. Everything I have is the home we built together.
So we build a new one.
And then what? And then another? And another whenever something strikes your mood? Whenever you burn something down and you choose that whatever life you've lived is nothing else?
I don't burn things here.
Yet. You don't know who you are here either.
I don't have fire anymore.
And you don't think the world is not filled with it?
But it's not coming from me. I won't accidentally burn things here. I won't accidentally destroy everything here.
I thought you were different. Thought you all were. You were part of the pack. Part of the group.
Maybe the brave thing is going on this new adventure.
That's the coward's way out.
That's what you say.
Lightning across the sky. Power's still on. There's a little flicker.
Take your apartment if you need it. Cat. Your doors leading out. It's not the Thoey I know.
Did this happen close enough for me to hear it? Am I here?
Probably I was getting loud.
Yeah.
Yes, I can feel like we're
Okay.
all everyone eyeballs.
Okay.
Eyeballs on.
So I would just say, you're right. If you leave here, you won't be the cause. Maybe. You won't maybe be the cause for Wonders burning. You'll definitely be the cause for Wonders burning. They need you. The only way this ends is together.
Are you out with the group?
No.
No, you're still on your own? Got it.
How do you know it's even real? This seems a lot more real.
A place where you're crazy.
I'm not. I'm getting out.
Are we close to the window?
I would say you're in the common space. I think Felrin is left. I feel like the guard is reading a book.
What's out the window?
A darkened sky that's starting to rain.
What's the landscape look like?
It looks like greenery, tall trees.
It seems a shame, the walrus said, to play them such a trick, after we brought them out so far and made them trot so quick. The carpenter said nothing but the butter spread too thick.
We didn't have toast or butter.
I can quote poetry all day. Jabberwock is my favorite. But here it's just a poem.
And where we're from, it's about life.
Power goes out. That figure is still in the same space. Once again, you are illuminated by the red light that surrounds the entire room as emergency power flickers on. You can see brief outlines of the people around you. However, you do see this being made of shadows. Day has moved from that spot that she was in before, but she's quoting poetry. What do you do when this shape manifests itself, Day?
It's the same shape.
Same shape, still very tall, lithe in figure, made of shadow.
She's gonna do that same sit down and put her hands in her lap thing.
Okay. The being starts to walk over towards where you are.
What do you want?
Being made of shadow, walking through the room.
What do you want?
I bring freedom.
Freedom, what is that?
You hear on the window across the way as you see Princess like banging on the glass.
Can I get up and go get it?
You get up and go get it as the hand wraps around your neck again. Once again, this figure is grabbing you by the neck. You can choose to try to scoot away from it if you want to make an athletics choice, or you can just sort of embrace the grab around your neck.
She sees it coming.
Yeah.
Just instinctively, she would try to get away from it.
All right, give me an acrobatics or athletics check. Either one.
22.
Yeah. As the hand wraps around your throat and you see a green grove all around you, a woman dressed in white with a hand outstretched, scorching the ground with an ice that looks like fire. For a brief second, as that hand wraps around your neck, you feel that frostbite around your neck once more. As this woman like reaches out towards you, and as she does, you break away from the hand and make your way over towards the window where Princess is. And she goes, "What the hell is that thing?" And she takes a flashlight and shines it into the space. As it shines on the being dissipates in a scream.
Lights back on.
Lights are back on.
I'm gonna leave my room and find someone working here.
Yep.
It's not real. It's not real, it's not
Can't.
real, it's not real, it's not real.
And if you're still seeing it, you don't get out tomorrow.
I don't see it.
There's nothing to see.
I'm gonna make my way to the front door to the building to find anyone.
Okay, yeah, you see random orderlies and things like that walking about the space.
I'll go up to one of them.
Okay.
I need to speak with the doctor immediately.
Why?
I fear I'm about to relapse into...
Got it.
beliefs.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. We'll send him up to your room right away. Head to the common room.
I'll do so.
Is there that orderly, I guess, still asleep?
Yeah.
I want to try to nick something off him.
What are you going to take?
Any sort of contraband that we wouldn't ordinarily have that would require more time in the facility. That would give us more time being in the facility.
Yeah,
Like
Princess
a
is
pen, a
still
key,
by the
handcuffs.
open window. Like, you see, you see him with keys. He's got a little hypodermic needle in a small case.
Is it easy accessible? I want to take the easiest thing I could pull off of him.
Easiest thing is the set of keys.
Done.
All right.
I wanna just go
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. That's a 17.
17? Yeah, you managed to take the set of keys.
Sweet. Then I am going to just slowly walk to Thoe's room.
All right. Day, are you okay, sweetie? What was that? What happened to your neck?
It's just cold.
Cold? Baby, look at me. Are you okay?
But not us, the oyster cries.
No. Hey, it's really pretty outside. You can hear the insects. Listen to the insects with me.
The walrus said, "Do you admire the view?"
You hear, "Hey, what's going on?" And she like leans forward and tries to kiss you through the bars, and she's not able to stick her head through. And she goes, "I'll be back." And she slides down the drain pipe again and sort of runs off into the night as you hear footsteps coming up to the window.
I'm going to motion out the window, saying, all this nature around here, you feel it? You used to talk about that a lot, how you felt it.
I'm about to get to see it, experience it, be in it tomorrow.
Right, but do you feel it?
You head to Thoe's room. Nick is up in the common room as the doctor makes his way upstairs.
We've been standing in the middle of it before. And
What is the problem? What is the problem, Nick?
This.
What about it?
Was this a gift for me?
It was a gift. It was a gift for everyone that did an
Was
individual
it given
interview.
freely?
Yes. No. What? I offered it. You took it.
Will you take it back?
Am I going to pry the candy from your hand? No, I'm not.
Will you accept it as a gift in return?
Is this part of your game?
It would help break
This
my
is
game
part of
if
your-
you took it back.
This is
It
part of
would.
your game. All right.
It would.
No, I can't in good consciousness take it back. If you all... No, I'm not going to be party to any sort of game. I was resting for the evening. We will talk about this in group therapy tomorrow. You do not get to control the situation in this way. Now that is enough from all of you.
I'm trying to get rid of it, and I'll show him my arm. I'm trying to.
What did you do? Did you do this to yourself?
I want to remember this place, but I need your help. Please.
Come with me. And he will lead Nick out of the room.
I need you to take this back. I'll say as I'm walking.
Okay.
Please.
As he walks by you, he goes, "Are you all right?"
Did you run this yourself?
Right. There's the boy. He escorts Nicholas out of the space, and he goes, "Hang on just a minute. Why don't we extend movie night? I know that normally I let you watch movies. I know there's a bad storm out and about. I'm going to put on a film for all of you, and I think you'll rather enjoy it. This is a special film that I've been saving." And he goes over to where the TV is. And he goes, "This is a clip of some of your moments as adventurers about the space. I put it together."
Did he have a visible reaction when the doctor got him?
And he goes over and he goes, "Please enjoy while I deal with Nick. All right? Yes." And he'll push the DVD into the DVD player. "Nicholas, follow me." And he will lead Nick upstairs to the 3rd floor of the facility where his office is.
As you're walking out, I'm going to yell behind. You should probably call Flint, or Frank, or whatever you're calling him. He's probably worried.
Manny, leave it.
Oh, I left it.
Shut up.
Fine, Alan.
It's Aaron.
You are led upstairs.
Okay.
Nick, you are led up to a very plush office. The temperature in the office is a little sweltering as the AC looks like it hasn't kicked on and affected this particular area. You sit in a chair.
I'll put this on the corner of his desk.
He takes it, he unwraps it, and pops it in his mouth. All right? Is that better?
You took it back.
I take it back freely.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. God, you're in such a tizzy. All of you are in such a tizzy. Would you?
I don't know why I believed in that place. I mean,
it's easy.
There's so many things about it that just don't make sense.
He pours himself a glass of water and does his tie a bit. Takes another glass out and pours a little bit of water inside, hands it to you, picks up the water, thinks better of it, puts his glass down, takes your glass, sips a little bit as if to show you, puts your glass down, picks up his glass and drinks. It's easy. The world you want to live in is fantastical.
There's certain parts of it that I guess are a bit odd. We had 3 trickster gods.
3?
Yeah.
Wait, no, I remember this one. Cheshire.
Mm-hmm.
Loki? No, it wasn't Loki. Who was the other one?
Anansi.
Anansi. The spider, right?
And Puck.
God, I regret him ever finding that spider in his room. And Puck, as in Shakespeare's Puck.
That makes sense. He was the weakest, I feel.
Yes. Yeah, that would make sense. He
I
was
mean,
never.
the other 2 could have taken him out.
Well, Puck is
quite
not
easily.
listed as a god. Anansi, yes, was revered as a god, and even Cheshire, I believe, understand. Wonderland, god, yes, I understand that, but Puck is never listed as a god. He goes over to a spot on the wall and he takes a book out, and but I imagine, what is the quote? What is the greatest? trick the devil ever pulled is convincing the world he didn't exist. Right?
Explains why he was second rate.
Yes, God. Second rate, yes. Or I suppose you would want to feel second rate, you know? Lay under the radar. Yes. The tape downstairs begins to play. It shows you various clips of you moving about the space, and
As soon as he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. It's fucking real, and I hate it. And he's gonna fucking kill Nix. We have to do something. No, I know, and I'm so sorry. We could have had such a good life here. But I can't. I can't let him kill Nix.
What did he say?
He said he's gonna fucking kill Nix. And he's gonna make us watch.
Have I come back yet?
Hmm?
So what, this is all just a waiting game before we all get executed?
the scene changes to a scene that you haven't seen before. The doctor's sitting in his space at his desk, with his hand up to his face, and Nix is sitting across from him, arms almost crossed.
It's now or never, man. And when it runs.
Sanity check. Write down what name you are right now.
Oh, sorry.
Breaking my pencil and writing.
Everybody leaving at this time? That doesn't answer my question. Are you everyone leaving?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. You all stand up. You start making your way over to where the stairs are, past the guard shack, and being able to climb up to the third floor. Right as you get to the long stairwell, the power goes out. The lights remain on in the office. The power goes out. You are all blinded. There are no lights on in this space. You are currently blinded.
Question. Earlier,
Yeah.
when he found the object,
Mm-hmm.
did Mandrake see that?
No.
No. Got it.
Do I have dark vision or no?
Hmm?
Do I have dark vision?
You do not. Currently, you are blinded. Do we continue moving to the stairwell?
Yes.
All of you roll a d20 at disadvantage. Add your dex to it.
That one was great.
Nat 1.
Oh, no.
14.
14.
What am I adding to it? I'm sorry.
Your dex.
Dex. 15.
15.
6.
6. What did you get? 8. Yeah. It's slow moving. You are making your way up the stairs. You're bumping into each other. You're tripping over your own feet as the stairwell gets very, very dark, and you hear the sound of movement coming from behind where you all are, and the temperature of the room drops a few degrees. He looks over at you, Nick, and he goes, "What can I do to prove to you? Is there anything?"
I think you've done enough. Nix is gone.
Thank you.
I appreciate you going along with my antics. I'm a methodical person, so I need proof sometimes, even if it seems unnecessary. And I've gotten it, so.
Thank you. I consider our friendship great. And he holds a hand out to shake it.
I'll nod at him. I won't shake his hand.
Fair enough. As you go to leave the office, the door is locked. You are on the stairway. I'm going to roll a d6 to determine who this form tries to grab on the stairway.
Can I see, or is it dark?
Hmm?
Is it dark, or can I see?
You can see.
Okay.
Graham, you are grabbed around the throat. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check if you wish to make your way out.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Yep.
16.
16. You are unable to get out as the hand wraps around your neck and begins to squeeze tighter. You hear choking sounds coming from Graham on the stairway.
Yeah, trying to get my feet up and like just kick whatever.
Yeah. What's your con, buddy?
I'm sorry?
What's your con?
+6.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to hold your breath for a little bit, but you're feeling the air being squeezed out of you.
So I gotta at least go for attack and try
Yep.
to.
Yep.
Either. I'm gonna go for the at least breaking the arms, like just trying to just come down and
Yep.
bend the arms.
You're hearing weird gurgling sounds coming from Grim.
Mint.
6.
I was gonna try to help because I would be nearby. I would assume.
How about this, buddy? I'll let you jump off the stairwell, but you will fall the 2 stories to the ground.
Is that about acrobatics?
Nope. I'm just gonna let you do
straight
it.
D20?
You can take this shape and go jump off the stairwell.
Fuck it. All in.
Okay. You hear this, whoop, and you hear it's the sound of someone falling off the stairs and hitting the ground below.
That was an 18, but I don't know if that was relevant.
No, it's good. The shape is gone, and so is Grim when the lights turn on.
Can we see over, like, where, can we see him where he fell?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run back towards him.
Yeah, you go running back down the stairs as the lights come on. You're heading down to the first floor. Are you going with her? Are you heading up?
I'm going up.
Okay. Grim is down on the ground. You're laying on the ground. You're breathing heavy. You're breathing hard as you feel like a rib has broken. Day, which way are you going?
I'm going down to Graham.
Okay. Down, down.
I see that 2 people have gone down.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go up.
Up. Perfect. Okay. Nick, you get to the door and the door is locked.
Door to
The office. Like you went to leave as he tried to shake your hand and.
I haven't left the room yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I'd left.
No. The door's locked.
Okay. I'll look back.
Just open the door. Is it locked?
It seems so.
Oh God. Sorry. Key.
Could you open it, please?
This is getting ridiculous. I have to open the door.
It's your door.
Goes over to where the door is and unlocks it.
Thank you. Oh, that's it.
Dexterity saving throws. The syringe enters into your neck.
Dexterity saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw.
18.
Alright, let's see if this hits. Contested, no. As he comes forward to do it, you catch a little bit of his reflection off the doorknob. You manage to shove your elbow back. He drops the syringe on the ground. As he looks at you, his eyes flash red. As he looks off to the side of where...
Unnaturally red?
Unnaturally red. As he looks off to the side, and as he does, he pulls his face back, and his face just looks black and reddened. And he squints a little bit and puts his head in his face, and he goes, Nick, you are unwell. You are a danger to your friends around you. And I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Leave what?
Leave the room.
All right. And I'm going to, watching him, leave the room.
As you pull open the door that opens up in front of you is to a lush green landscape. You see Flint running down this green landscape, like frantically nodding his head, seeing you, and then begins casting. And as that happens,
teleport towards him.
You go to teleport towards where he is, and you run forward into the hallway. The green, lush landscape is not anywhere around you. You are standing in the hallway, and right now, the doctor is grabbing the sides of his desk and breathing heavily as his face, that rash, is starting to recede a little bit, but just as soon as it recedes,
Where's
it
that
comes
syringe?
back. It's on the ground.
How
Let's
close?
handle downstairs. As the door to the facility swings open.
I'm doing super.
So we're done.
Grim is on the ground.
Yeah.
Day is is next to him. As Aaron runs up to the other floor, Thoe, the door opens to the facility. with a car outside.
And this seems normal to me. Like Zoe would never have been exposed to cars, but
Yeah.
I'm
Car,
right,
you
it
see a
was
car
normal.
outside with the door open.
Well, I'm going to Grim first, and I feel like
Grim is breathing hard. As you look down, he's got a puncture. It looks like somebody's got a finger. They're sticking out of his shirt. They're like pressing upward, and there's a little bit of red leaking across him.
I feel like she would automatically.
Death saving throw, please.
She would automatically do a
15.
cure wounds on him. Like she's so used to that, it's such an automatic thing that I don't think she would think.
As you go to cast the spell, Enwin walks out of the car. Aaron does, and stands at the front door.
Oh crap! No, she's.
Zoe, we gotta go.
No, you're upstairs.
Zoe,
What's going on?
we gotta go.
You are upstairs right now.
We have to leave, Zoe.
Did anything happen when I did cure wounds?
Are you still casting it?
Yeah, I mean.
For the last time, everybody write down what name you are.
Oh gosh. I don't know. I don't know what name I am.
What was your death saving throw?
15.
15?
Yeah.
You go to cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll the dice. Are you doing anything, Day?
If she sees that she's freaking out,
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
she's gonna grab her by the neck, turn her. It's not real, though we saw.
It's only 5.
Okay.
But it's 5.
Yeah. You guys are upstairs. You turn the corner just as you see Nick reaching down to grab something at the ground. Nick, what are you doing?
I'm closer to the syringe, right?
Yeah, you guys see him pick up a syringe.
Yeah. Gonna leave the room.
Okay.
Stuff it somewhere.
Yeah.
Pocket if I have it.
Did it work? Like, did I see a difference in him when I did that?
No. He is bleeding out. You put your hands on top of him. You're like, I got this. I got this. I got this. Cure wounds.
Then that's an answer. I'm not Zoe. I'm Zoe. If it didn't work, I'm Zoe.
So if I'm there at the bottom of the stairs bleeding out there, I want to try my damnedest to try to shift. But if it works, I have a question.
Give me what it would try to shift. What do you do?
I want to just sit there and just remember what that feeling is like, that adrenaline rush to just get feral as hell.
You see him
and
start
just...
foaming at the mouth. Anybody that's gathered around him, you see him foaming at the mouth. And he's just trying to access that adrenaline. You two are upstairs, you see Nick grab a syringe from the ground.
Just screaming for Harvey for help, just anything.
She's a healer. Would she naturally, instinctively know to apply pressure to the wound? Like she's a healer.
Give me a medicine check. At advantage. What are you guys doing upstairs?
We see.
All we see is Nick's grabbing the
You
syringe,
see
yeah?
Nick's bend down, grab a syringe, and then walk out of the office.
17.
Can we see?
17? Yeah.
So
Apply pressure.
she's applying pressure real strong.
You're stabilized, buddy, for the time being.
Can we see the doctor?
See the doctor grabbing the desk and just breathing in and out.
Do you notice anything weird about him?
Trying to calm down. No?
I'm gonna go get him. Make sure he's okay.
Okay, I'll run to Nick's.
I walk in the office.
I hand Mandrake the syringe.
Okay. You walk into the office. The doctor is grabbing onto the desk. He looks up at you, and as he does, he's got a slice across his cheek.
You're looking rough there, Puck.
Oh, Aaron, not you.
Oh, me.
Nick had a manic episode. He tried to cut me with a glass that he refused to drink from.
That's really unfortunate.
Oh, please don't do this.
I have to.
You are so close, Aaron. You and Zoe, and she wants nothing more than to have a life with you. Please, don't do this. Don't do this. This is it. This is your last chance.
It is. You're not wrong. I fucking hate being human. And you did it to me. Twice now. Not you. But it's the second time it's happened to me. And I cannot stand it. There's something you need to know about us, though. Puck. We're better than you. We are. You can put us all in skin suits and tell us we're human with nothing. But our skin is hammered steel. Our lungs are full of rust, and our blood runs with fucking gold. And you, sitting there behind a desk, pretending. There's no conspiracy there, in the air in your lungs. There's no mystery in the beating of your heart. There's no great destiny written in the sky. You are sad, sad little man, who thought because you came first, you deserve something for it.
She chose Zoe. You can live a long and happy life. But I know that when it came down to it, she chose Zoe. He slams his head to the side. As that happens, you guys all wake up from your hallucinations. You are outside in the grassy field. You are laying down on the ground. You don't have any wounds about you, but you have channeled Harvey as you see like the fur sort of growing around you. Mab is standing over where the seed is, and it is filling it and encasing it with ice. It looks like it's jutting out like a small sand castle as ice is shooting off from the sides of this thing. And finally, spent, she looks over at it and walks forward and just tips it with the little toe of her heel, her like fine pump, and as she does, the seed shatters into 1,000 pieces in the ice itself. She looks down at it and she spits on it and looks up at all of you. So
I look around for Zoe.
everybody's in the same spot that they were in when the seed went up. Flint is already coming over to where you are, and he's got his arms wrapped around you, and he's like, oh my god, 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 are you okay? He doesn't wait for you to answer, he just kisses you. Like, he just kisses you.
I'll be back.
Everyone, you have access to all of your spells.
I'm up.
You are up, you have access to all of your hit points. Each one of you that wrote down your own name, like if you wrote Nyx, if you wrote down Day, if you wrote down Grim, however many times you wrote that, go ahead and don't make any marks on your character sheet. If you wrote down Graham, D, Nick, Aaron, Manny, or Zoe, for every time that you did, somewhere on your character sheet, be it in the notes section on D&D Beyond or somewhere else, I need you to put a small asterisk.
For every time.
For every time.
Graham all day, baby.
You're not sure whether this reality was the right one.
How's my arm look?
Bloodied.
Is the tattoo intact?
No.
So it's gone, but
Yeah.
my arm's injured.
Your arm is bloodied.
I'll go over today. Can you fix this?
I'll do my best. She will go ahead and cast Cure Wounds, and we're gonna go ahead. What do you think that is? Let's go ahead and do it at second level. Why not? Just to be sure
You're
that
not
we got
driving.
you covered.
Yeah.
Not driving.
Roll healing.
That's 10.
Okay. You are healed for 10. Yeah, your arm is fine now.
My arm is fine. It has no tattoo on it.
No tattoo.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna run and tackle Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friendly tackle or like you son of a bitch?
Like you're okay.
Yeah, everybody's fine in the space.
Two for flinching.
Mab is still standing over the space. Looking about the space, she's wearing a very smart suit. And she's looking about at all of you, and she's waiting for you to all finish your conversation.
Are you okay?
But I'll be fine.
I'm going to show Flynn.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm really proud of you for like hurting your arm so badly. That was really clever though, sweetie. Good job.
Thank
How
you.
did that happen? Did you scrape it? Did you use a Brillo pad?
You don't want to know.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, he's like looking at your arm.
I'll lean into Thoe and say, do you feel it?
What?
Nature.
And if you wanted somebody else to hate Puck as much as you have it.
Mab smiles and goes, are you looking to sign with anyone? Or I can help you with that.
Help me hurt Puck.
Yes,
That's the goal.
that's the goal.
That's what we're here for.
Good, good. Allow me. Mab begins to walk over to a small space and looks around at the sort of dirty ground. You see this look of disgust on her face. She goes, I'm really sorry, but this is a lot. There are bugs. I am not a spider person, and there are some big ones sort of crawling in the trees and things. Can we go somewhere else?
Where would you like to go?
I have a place. It's a bar. It's not too far away.
Lead the way.
She'll flick her wrists, and a portal opens up to Cheshire's.
Let's walk it through.
I'm going.
Through,
Man.
through,
Same.
through.
Yes.
Hello, barkeep. The band is poppin'. Once again, you are in for those of you who are used to the lush atmosphere of the area, you walk out of the woods for the first time in a long while. It is a complete shift in attitude. You're seeing beings from different species making their way throughout the bar. They are wandering about, enjoying all manner of drink. You don't see any familiar faces behind the bar, as it has been a bunch of times since any of you have set foot in Cheshire's, even though some of you have access to Cheshire's. The last person to come through these gates was Graham, and as Graham walks forward, a face that doesn't look familiar to anyone in the group, including Grim, reaches over. It is the largest man you've ever seen in your entire life, comes over and snarls at him. He's built like a brick shithouse. He's wide as he is tall. He's like 6 feet tall, big beard.
Am I shifted still?
You are shifted still, and he's like, you got a lot of nerve coming here, boy.
Enwin is immediately at his elbow.
Yeah.
Jump on him.
He wraps up in a hug and says, this little half pint drank more beer than I've ever seen anyone drink before. He projectile vomited so far, he hit the bartender from the back of the room. Everyone grins back, and you hear this as a bunch of wear-touched, yell from the table. You have no idea who these guys are.
Awesome.
If you don't remember, the last time you came here, you drank so much that you completely
hammered.
blacked out. But they welcome you with open arms and drag him in the back, saying, we'll take good care of him, don't worry.
I'm going to insight check that.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
I'm a little averse to letting anybody go. 24.
Yeah, they look like he's being very forthcoming with you. Mav walks over to a large wooden table that stretches out and gestures to the table. Anyone that would like to sit and join the conversation about taking that little trickster and
She's not even done, and I sit down.
stuffing him into the darkest hole that I can find, you are welcome to stay. If not, drinks are on me this evening. You have accommodations upstairs, should you so choose, for just this evening. Everyone else, you would have to be under my employ to receive benefits. Understood?
Yes.
Would anyone like to join us?
They're sitting down.
Does Mandrake know that the dragon and Puck are the same thing? Did you relay that to us?
Not yet.
Puck's still fucking.
Yes, sitting down.
So sitting means going back, getting back at Puck.
Sitting means getting back at Puck.
I sit down.
Well, don't we have an accord? So, Let's start with the story. It came like a dream, and it happened one summer's night, where this impish little piece of shit wrecked the lives of 4 people. These 4 individuals, let's start there. And she begins to weave a tale, about this one summer night's dream. And as she begins to do that, the night carries on and on with drinks aplenty. She wraps this tale up with showing you just how devious this small beast of a man could be, as he messed with gods and humans in the matters of love. It comes across as a quaint story, but you're starting to see beneath the surface of a man who likes to play, and you are all his toys. A man who likes to manipulate and charm his way into situations, and you hearken back to Princess kissing you, and realizing that he was able to dive into the core of who you were as people. Him offering you drink and key and food in order to bind you closer into his service. The things he said to you. I am not going to make this offer to each and every one of you because some of you are claimed. You're not. You have earth magic all over you, and that hat makes me icky. So, let's make a deal. I want you to kill Puck. Then I want one other favor of my choosing, depending on how you handle the situation. If you choose to kill Puck and agree to my terms of one other favor, I will grant you power.
As long as the favor doesn't hurt anyone sitting here. Or the one on back end drunk.
No one at the table. And not the idiot in the back.
Whose name is Grim, just so that we're clear.
Not Grim in the back.
Can you add Flint to that list?
Probably best to add Harvey as well.
All right, well, let's not go cuckoo bananas. No Harveys, no Flints, no idiot in the back. Deal.
Deal. Shakes her hand.
Enwyn changes. The green form that you had seen before is still there, but covering those leaves is a very thin bit of frost. When you wake up on a cold winter's morning and that icy chill hits you, the life is still there, but life, even in the cold, grows. And as Enwyn stands there, a little bit of fog begins to form in between him and Thoe, as the fire reacts to the faint bit of frost that is growing on him. She leans back and she looks at you and she goes, you are going to have to hold yourself to a bit of a higher standard. I don't mean moralistically, that is gross too. I mean in accommodations. You can't be seen in places like outside. I have a reputation to maintain. You're going to have to start wearing shirts. This is beautiful. I love this. All of this is great. But you need to hold yourself to a member of the court. Do you understand? Is that a deal breaker?
No, it's fine.
All right. If you ever want to change size, you contact me.
Change sides.
Yes, this whole death church thing, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but if you ever want to come work for me, consider it a standing invitation. Understood?
I'll read your reviews on TripAdvisor.
I don't know what that is. You just said weird words. All right? Good. I have things to take care of. Go play, honey. Don't break your toys. Do you have any questions?
I don't think so. But I know how to get a hold of you, so.
You do. All right. She gets up from the table. As she does, she will drop a sack of gold on the table. Signer's bonus. Please buy some clothes, for God's sake. And
Mandrake will take off his hat, hold it on his chest, and ask her, do you know a way that someone would hold a god?
yes. There's two ways. She gets really close to you and puts a hand like under your chin. She goes, you asked very, very nicely.
Please.
No, that's one of the ways you hold a god.
Oh.
But I like where your head's at.
And the other?
The second way is you hide them. Each god has a chosen one, an avatar, while they walk this world. So you hold them within the avatar. You cannot kill a god, but you can put them to sleep. Every god chooses differently. It's usually a follower, someone connected to them, but you find the nearest one.
So then it's time for the fine print, I suppose.
A fine print? Most men drop things around me, it's fine.
Oh, I do like that.
There's
You're winning me over slowly.
there's a bit of the Red Queen inside.
Would you like it removed?
If you could.
May I have it?
You're dangerous, aren't you?
Yes. I could lie, but the truth is far more entertaining.
She's all yours.
Okay. Hand shoves in Kali Ma style, and reaches into Enwin's chest as Mab's eyes go black. She reaches a hand inside of his chest, and as she does, she rips something out. It is a red, glowing orb that seems to pulse with a heartbeat. And as she looks at it, she holds it up to her ear and shakes it like a present at Christmas time, and you're trying to figure out what it is. And she looks at it, and she goes, and a golden chain begins to flow out of it, and the shape begins to harden into a ruby pendant, which she places on her neck, and breathes in deeply and goes, oh. Amber is the color of my energy, and this feels so good. Thank you, Dave.
How do we know she's gone? How do you know she's gone? Can you tell?
Can I?
The woman asks you a question, are you gone? And she'll dig her nails into the jewel, and you'll hear a scream emanate from the jewel itself. As ice begins to form along the outside, you just hear this scream coming from inside of it. I believe Thoisar asked you a question. Ancient red bitch, are you gone? And you just hear, yes! Ah! And she takes her hand away, and the ice begins to form from around it.
I think so.
He's all yours, sweetie. You and I are going to have fun accessorizing.
Speaking of, I'm just gonna take that.
All right. Any other questions? Pressing matters? Gods hidden in your chest?
I'm not there, so yeah.
Any other favors, boons I can grant my newest knight?
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. I didn't do it for you.
It doesn't matter. Thank you.
Winter night. We will be in contact soon. You might want to have your arm looked at, dear.
Are you willing to do this?
Absolutely, I am. And she like wipes your hand clear, and that mark just comes right off.
I'm liking her more and more.
How do you feel about you owe me one? A little one. Not as big as his.
And I owe you is fine.
Don't look so sad, dear. You can talk to your puppy. Anyone else? No? Lovely. Have a great day. Winter nights. Clothing. Zoe. Everyone else? Toodles. She will touch the red jewel, and as she does, a beautiful woman will be standing in the Mab's place. A woman with dark black hair, wearing a red dress embroidered with hearts. And as this woman walks through the bar, everyone around her starts to hit the ground and kneel. And she turns back to look at the group and she goes, I'm going to go cause a little chaos, wearing my new clothing. I'll see you all soon. And she walks out of the room as the visage of the original Red Queen makes her way, leaving a small ice trail behind her. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Why didn't I think about doing that?
You very easily could have. Thank you. Thank you all so much for tuning in to tonight's spooky, crazy episode. Thank you, Indigo Chameleon, for designing this beautiful Lewis Carroll Center for Troubled Youths overlay. It was fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for the creepy, individualized interviews. You are the Winter Knight. So we will talk about all of that. Warlock, do you want to share?
Probably.
We're going back to Warlock?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we'll talk a little bit about that. What level are you guys at?
11.
10 currently.
10.
Yeah, we're at 10.
Yeah, we're at level 10.
Well, son.
10.
You
Are y'all at level 11?
We're all at level 10.
We're at 10. 6 and Barney, 4 and Cleric.
No, you're at level 11.
Oh!
I'm not going to put you through, Spooky. So great job, gang. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. The backstage for the individual interviews are up and running if you guys want to take a look at those. If not, we will see everybody. Not tomorrow. We're not doing anything tomorrow. Tomorrow's like the only thing that we're not doing anything.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm going to be recording a podcast. Congrats on the ding, guys. You guys made it. Backstage is already up on VOD. We'll see you guys all soon. We'll be up next on Thursday with a journey to the Lost Isle as we cover the Salem witch trials. We'll see you all soon. And
stick around for a raid.
Indigo Connect, stick around for a raid. And hey, do you wonder? We'll see you all very, very soon on Indigo Chameleon. I am trying to make it so that